You think about it, sports and entertainment. Why would it be sports and entertainment? These are the things that they can utilize us for. These are the things that they have the power over. They're the owners of these teams. They're the owner, you know? You dig what I'm saying? So that would be, okay, yeah, that's cool. You can have this. The other stuff is like, okay, if you're at the bottom, you're either looking for inspiration or distraction. And what do people usually get distracted by? Sports or entertainment.
The reason why sports and entertainment is so prevalent is because we can sell it to get financially ahead. That's number one.
You said what?
But you say we. I say it's an I.
Yeah. No,
these are all individuals.
But we're not talking. We're not talking from an individual standpoint. We're talking. Culture is not made up of just one person.
When you say sell it, you mean monetize it?
Monetize is the word I should have used. I'm in with the financial.
We don't own something. Irv Guy said that, right? What Irv said was? Irv said in order to sell something,
I got
in order to sell something, you have to own it.
Right. The things that we're able to monetize.
Yeah.
That's why it feels as if all we have is sports and entertainment. And
But,
so we're
but
famous.
even that, that's a problematic statement that you just made. And that's the reason why our platform was able to skyrocket in such a short period of time, because that's not the only thing that we can monetize. It's not the only thing that we can make money from.
No, I didn't say it was the
only.
only.
I'm just saying, just the thought process of that is problematic.
But I don't think it's the only thing we can. We're sitting in a room
I
with
was
a
just
dude
about
who
to say,
did not monetize
but
sports
even,
or
no,
entertainment.
but even that we're sitting in a barbershop. This is a brick and mortar business.
Facts.
So, but it's just like to say that sports and entertainment is so highly regarded in our community because we can sell it, we can monetize that. That's problematic because the vast majority of musicians or athletes will never make money from their talent. You know that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of kids that's trying to rap that's never going to make $1 from rapping. I played basketball my whole life. I never made money from basketball. I didn't make it to the NBA. There's a bunch of kids that's thinking, this is my opportunity to make money. You have way better chance of making money doing entrepreneurship, investing, being a coach. Like, you have way better chance of making money doing media as opposed to doing those two things that's pushed on us. And it wouldn't even be that bad if we actually owned it. Like, we dominate sports, we dominate entertainment, we're talented people, okay, we get it. It wouldn't be that bad if we said, okay, there's two industries in the United States that Black people run. Not run musically, talent-wise, run the business. They run sports and they run entertainment. That will be billions of dollars in our community overnight. We don't run either one of them. There's one NBA team that has a Black owner who happens to be the greatest player of all time. That's what it had to take for him to own a team. There's no NFL there's no NFL teams that have a Black owner, and there's not one major record label that's owned by a Black person. That's one out of all of the whole situation. One person has some level of ownership out of all three. That's problematic when 70% of the NBA is Black, 65% of the NFL is Black, 80% of the people that's in hip hop and making music is Black. We don't own any of it.
Even at the next level, you go down to college, right? Like, you go to college football, college basketball. Think about who the presidents of these schools are.
Yeah.
Right? Think about the dean of the schools. Like, the athletes that are there are us. We're the ones making money for the schools. Look, think about the head coaches. It's a fight to get them.
Facts.
Right? Even at the professional level, same thing.
And that's what Dame said too. Shout out to Dame. Why do we're the only culture where it's normal for somebody else to run what we do best? White people, it's normal for white people to run hip hop. They didn't create hip hop. They don't make the majority of the music. They don't make the majority of the trends, but nobody bats an eye. Nobody even thinks about why this white executive is the owner. Nobody even thinks about it. You don't question it.
A lot of us question it. A lot of us question it.
The majority of people don't question it.
The majority of the consumers don't question it.
Yes, you're right. But there are companies, there are people like the independent guys that start their own record label and do that. And what happens is it gets to the point where it's like, oh, this is getting hard. And I don't want to say sell out because that's a bad word, because if a white company sells to such and such, all of a sudden that's no problem. Okay, no big deal. But if we do something, what are you doing? We sold out. It's not necessarily true. It's called business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for us, and I don't use why I'm listening to you and I'm saying, I've been in business 30 years and people still don't know I'm here. People still, I sold the damn company. And they just keep running that same fucking dialogue, excuse my French. Keep running that same dialogue over and over and over. You know, they
Wait,
are,
so you didn't?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
See, the social constructs got me all fucked up.
See what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that.
So because I'm probably the only one around, like a dinosaur, you think there's nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that somebody probably put that rumor out there. I don't know how it really would happen, but you know, for years we fighting that concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was definitely intentional.
yeah, definitely.
It went way too far for it to be a mistake or just a rumor. It was
So
definitely
they
intentional.
are. This again, there are people out there that are doing it. It's just that it's so small that it's not moving the needle.
And
Nobody
that's-
cares.
Just like you said, it's about not one-offs, because all of us are entrepreneurs. All of us own our intellectual property. But I always say, none of us make it until we all make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, our success is good and it's inspirational and it's good for us and it does help set a blueprint. But for real change, it has to be on a way bigger scale.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Well, what's your definition of making it?
Control, power, influence.
Leverage.
Like we sat down with this politician, Jamal Bowman. He's a congressman from the Bronx. And he was saying that, you know, in Washington they have lobbies,
The lobbyists, yeah.
right? So it's like they got like the pro-life lobby, the gun lobby,
Tobacco.
pro-Israel lobby, all these different lobbies for the interests, right? And he was like, as soon as he went to Washington on day one, he had 100 phone calls from different lobbies. And every day since he's been in office, he gets emails and phone calls every single day from lobbies. The one group that has never called him is Black people, because there's no Black lobby. There's no prominent Black lobby. So with this is like, okay, now you have, let's say if Sony was a Black company, you got publicly traded Black companies and $1 billion. Now you can come together, have some level of collective power, force politicians to do different things. Like, this is the game that is being played on the highest level. We still running a rat race on a small level, but that's not something that is going to push the needle forward to really change the trajectory of our people.
Do you think that our people are more individualistic, more narcissistic now today?
It's an
than ever?
individual
I
mindset,
think
though.
we're more in the consumer category,
Yeah.
so our power is something that civil rights leaders realized early. Strike. Take our money away.
That goes back to what Jay is saying. though. I agree. I think it is because we're more individualistic. I think we're not team players in that way. I think it's more about the individual shine, the individual.
But there's
aspect.
a reason for that, though.
I'm not negating any of that. I know there's a reason behind it, but I definitely agree that it's more about I want to shine, I want to be comfortable. And I don't want to make myself uncomfortable to benefit you and your kids and maybe you and your family, maybe you. I want to be comfortable. I'm worried about me and mine.
You see a guy that got, you know, a couple of $100 million in his pocket talking about, taking food out my pocket. Sucking food out your pocket. I got to feed my family. They got $100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about? I don't know
How big his family is.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.